Hello, it's the 6th of May 2018. I haven't posted for a long time. Here I am on the allotment. I've been here quite a bit, I just haven't bothered with the camcorder. I thought I would show you where we're at. We had a late start. It was very cold and very wet, and we went away for a bit, and all winter long the weeds were growing. So you can see all the little spidery tussocks of grass growing here, and the bindweed coming up. Down there where there was a little bit of compost left, grass is growing very lush on that. I got a delivery of straw bales because last year they seemed to work. I had 2 last year, they worked very well as a mulch, and so I've got 10 this time. There's the other ones. This was the leek bed. It had some wonderful lush grass growing on it. I think it was because I mulched the leeks with little bits of dead grass that I picked up from the path that people had mown, and obviously they must have had seeds in. So with any luck it's not going to be couch grass and it's going to come out quite easily. Although, if possible, I'm just going to cover it with something and kill it. I need a bit more plastic like that. So you can see how far I've got with digging up the weeds. I've cleared this patch, ready for the onion sets. Yes, I know, it's May and we haven't put our onions in. We haven't even got onion sets. When we went to the local allotment shop and the garden centre, they didn't have any left. So Chris has ordered some online and we're still waiting for them to be delivered. I was also really late with garlic. I didn't want to be bothered, but Chris got some from the allotment shop and then it sat around for a while, and you can see it's not really thriving all that much. Then he bought some more, and that's actually a bit better. All these brassicas overwintered here. I'd forgotten what they were. I was hoping they'd produce something. And indeed, we had some wonderful broccoli stalks from this. Masses and masses. Of course, now it's going to flower, but I'm going to leave the flowers because while the broccoli plants are standing there, nothing else can grow, and also it's something for the bees to visit. Behind the broccoli, there's some rather sad looking little sweet corn plants here. They might be all right. And all those weeds keep coming back, don't they? My grandchildren brought that splendid windmill as a bird scarer. So here are my peas. Again, they're not very far forward, but at least I've got some peas in the ground. I think these are supposed to be climbing, but sadly I didn't put them in packets with labels, so I'm not completely sure. But hoping that they are, I've put this bamboo structure which I'm going to string up for them to climb up. I'm hoping these CDs will frighten away the crows and seagulls and pigeons, I guess, are the things that eat the pea shoots. This is where we had our strawberry bed last year and the year before, and it was completely covered in weeds. And we actually dug out most of the strawberries, but a few survived and came up, and so Chris has transplanted some more back again. There is the compost heap, which I finally turned. It sat all winter long in this bin, and I had loads and loads of sick brassica stalks, so I laid them at the bottom and covered them with this, and it's going to be a bed for cucumbers or some kind of squash. So I had to dig all the weeds out of this bed so I could plant more brassicas. I've got, actually the row at the far end isn't brassicas, it's broad beans, and again we're a bit late with those. We did plant some in the autumn but they died. Dreadful weather. So there's some new broad bean plants which we got from the allotment shop. Next to them, Brussels sprouts, broccoli for next year, and Calabrese for this year. And over on this side, 4 rows of parsnips and carrots, which haven't really come up yet. Actually, I tell a lie, there's some little carrots coming up now. Hooray! Another bit of grass that got away. And that's the cabbage patch that I planted late in the autumn. We've had a few cabbages from them. These ones are obviously past their used by state. And behind them, I don't know if we'll get round to eating these. They're getting very lacy from slugs, I guess. Yeah, snails. That patch in the middle has got potatoes in it that Chris has recently planted. 4 rows, I think. We put straw in the asparagus bed, and having put straw in it, Chris thought he would also put some strawberries round the border. He's mowed all the grass. There's a lot of grass growing where it shouldn't be. This was a strawberry bed last year. Oh look, there's a little strawberry still. Aww. We'd get the mower in there if we could, but I think we're going to have to get in there ourselves and pull out all that stuff by hand. These are the joster berries. But we need to get all the weeds out before we put the net over them. And then of course over here, this was all a mass of lush grass, and Chris has mown most of it down. And I must get some wood chips to cover it. There's the damson tree we planted last year. Has it got little damsons on it? Hard to see till they grow. The Warwickshire dripper plum tree is looking good. Has it got any plums? Well, it's got some little things on stalks there.
That's Jack Roberts spotted with something in the arm.
Dear oh dear. Young people nowadays. And this is the apple tree, full of beautiful blossom. So generally I'm pleased that we're making progress. Okay, it's a bit late in the season, but we've got things planted and we're clearing space for more things, and the weather's lovely this week after the cold spell we had last week. So hopefully things will grow. And okay, so I'm not on top of all the weeds. I don't think I ever will be, to be honest. I'm not that kind of a perfectionist person, which is just as well, because I'd have to spend very much longer here if I was going to be like that. And to be honest, it doesn't stop things growing, having a bit of weeds here and there. The most important thing is to keep producing stuff and to enjoy doing it and to keep coming back frequently. We haven't been lucky with our allotment neighbours because both sides, they hardly ever show. And it's quite discouraging not to have people to, you know, encourage you along and to swap stories and things. The other allotment holders a little bit further away are quite friendly when we see them, which isn't often. And the guy who put all the wood chips on, he came back with another load, and he's cultivated it all in, and he's planted things into the wood chippy soil. And I'll be very interested to see how they grow. I said to him, isn't it the case that, you know, the accepted wisdom is if you put wood into soil, it robs it of nitrogen and nothing will grow? And he said he's done it before, and he just puts lots of nettle tea on and everything works perfectly. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. For me, I'm going to continue with the mulching, although I don't find that it prevents the weeds as much as I hoped it would. And as I said, I'm going to mainly mulch with straw this year and some wood chips around the fruit bushes. And some bits of plastic here and there where necessary. And we'll see how we go. See you later. Bye.